What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now today we actually have some pretty good information revolving Modern Warfare the 2nd. Now, of course, as we already know, this is my channel, so it's going to be completely opinion-based, just like how every other channel is on YouTube. So clearly, I don't speak for everybody. I'm just giving my 2 cents on the topic, but make sure you guys go down in the comment section and leave your opinion on what you think about the details that I'm going to discuss within this video. Now, for anybody who does not know, Modern Warfare the 2nd was pretty much completely leaked out to the public. A bunch of NFL players were invited out. I don't know where they were, either at the Infinity Ward studio or something of that sort, to go ahead and play the brand new game, Modern Warfare the 2nd. I actually have the photo right here for anybody who hasn't seen it already. Don't worry, I'm not going to get in any trouble. Tons of people are thinking that this is like, actual leaked information. Do you guys really think that? They brought a bunch of NFL players to play the game clearly to go ahead and post about it. It happens every single year. And also, don't you think this stuff would have been taken down if it wasn't supposed to be, leaked? You get it? Obviously, it's all a part of the plan. They wanted to go ahead and give us a little taste of what this game is starting to look like. Now, no gameplay, obviously. There was a little side footage of, gameplay playing on a monitor, but I believe it was just a rerun of one of the campaign missions that we already witnessed before. So basically, the only new information that we can see right here is what's on your screen. But who gives a crap about what the main menu screen is going to look like? I already seen tons of long videos, dissecting the menu of this game. My god, what has Call of Duty become? It's the same thing every single year, and everybody always tries to make it out to be like it's going to be a brand new, unique experience. Guys, don't fall for the bullcrap. But again, this bit of information is actually something that I am personally very excited about. And that is that Modern Warfare the 2nd, so far in its current build, has no slide canceling. And the sprint to fire speed, which is basically, it's self-explanatory, while you're sprinting, how fast you can shoot your gun out of sprinting, is basically identical to Black Ops 2. Honestly, one of the best games in the franchise, with one of the best gameplay and gunplay mechanics. I would probably say maybe Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, but again, Black Ops 2, besides my opinion, is probably one of the most popular Call of Duty games ever known to mankind. Now again, things are always subject to change. They could easily add in slide canceling if they truly want to. As we've seen with Black Ops Cold War, they nerfed down slide canceling to be non-existent. So within a blink of an eye, they can easily add or remove slide canceling from the game. But typically, during this build, or at least a build that individuals are able to go out and play, it's usually pretty grounded. We're not going to see that many changes unless, the mass majority of the community get their hands on it, and then, huge waves of complaints start pouring on in. So personally, I think this is going to stay until at least the beta form, and maybe they might tweak it a little bit, but with all honesty, I don't want them to tweak it at all. Now, I know a lot of people are starting to really enjoy the slide canceling mechanics that have been introduced within Modern Warfare, and Vanguard kind of polished them off a little bit more. It made it less obnoxious and tedious. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's starting to really grow old. Now, I know it does add a competitive edge, it adds a bigger skill gap in Call of Duty, and it allows more skilled players to be able to outmaneuver the less skilled players. So, it's definitely something that's not really affecting the game in a negative way, but the way that it affects me is through absolutely destroying keyboards, destroying controller analog sticks. I can't even express how much pain my pinky was in throughout the whole life cycle of Modern Warfare 2019. Black Ops Cold War, my hands finally were able to relax and not be as cramped up. But trust me, slide canceling, I know a ton of people are going to say, well, just don't do it. If you don't like it, then don't do it. But you have to understand, like I said earlier, it's a skill gap within the game. If you're versing anybody who will be slide canceling, if you don't do it, if you don't keep up with the crowd, you will be behind. They'll be able to get to the halfway point before you, they'll be able to get to the power positions before you, and they'll be able to dodge and maneuver your bullets much better than you can dodge and maneuver their bullets. It gives you a massive advantage. So it's just one of those things that I can't just say no to doing, because it's going to affect my overall gameplay and affect, my time, my experience. I'm not going to be performing as well, I'm not going to be having a good enough time, so it's going to ruin the overall atmosphere. This right here is something that I'm extremely excited about because, let's be honest here, Call of Duty, as much as we want to claim it's competitive, there are many more competitive games out there compared to COD. I would consider Halo more competitive, Gears of War more competitive, shoot, even multi-versus fighting games are way more competitive. Call of Duty is the most basic shooter you could possibly ever find, and that's why it's so popular. That's why it brings in millions of dollars every single year. That's why they're able to sell them on a year-to-year basis, and they never die out. They still outsell every game out there. Even their worst games like Vanguard can still outsell other titles. Even Battlefield 2042 outsells Halo. It outsells everything. At the worst of the worst, it still performs better than, all the other AAA games. The reason Call of Duty is able to do that is because it lacks that skill gap. It's made for absolutely anybody to pick up. And I feel personally that once they added in that slide canceling maneuver and they started adding in more complex features into the game, it started to take away why I went to play Call of Duty. I never really hopped on COD to compete. I hopped on COD to casually relax in FPS games. Because let's be honest here, FPS games aren't really the most casual games out there, Everybody likes to compete. Everybody likes to get kills, right? The reason you hop into a first-person or third-person shooter game is to get kills. So you best believe you're going to be getting some competitive matches. But something so special about COD is that the way that it was designed allows any player to come into the experience and enjoy it in their own specific way. No matter what mindset you're in, whether you're, up and early, bright in the morning and you're ready to grind out some COD, or you had an extremely long day of work, you're extremely exhausted, reaction time is booty cheeks, and you want to hop on and play a couple of matches of COD, it allowed anybody to go ahead, hop into the experience, and enjoy it. Nowadays, with the current movement methods and also skill-based matchmaking, along with all the other crap piled on top of COD, it turned into a more sweatier experience. No matter what time of the day you get on, no matter what mindset you're currently in, you will find people absolutely stomping out. In the past, you could rely on your aim to be able to be efficient. Current date, you have to rely on your aim and your movement to be efficient. And there's nothing wrong with movement as well. I want to make that very clear. There's games out there, like Halo or even Gears of War, where movement are crucial into the engagements. If you want to be able to beat top-notch opponents, it's more than just being able to shoot your weapon. Halo, you need to know how to throw grenades, you need to have good accuracy, you need to be able to know the knowledge of hitting the body before the head, you have to be able to know how to maneuver your character, understand when to jump and when not to jump, because obviously if you jump in certain scenarios, it's an easy target. Easier to trace you, easier to track. So sometimes staying on the ground, strafing left to right, is a lot better in certain situations. Gears of War, my god, talking about movement, the whole game is about movement. Wall bouncing, being able to work cover, and knowing how to engage with more than at least 2-3 opponents at one time is extremely crucial when you're in these hot engagements, especially if your team is down and you have to pull a clutch move. Getting a clutch in Gears of War is a lot more complex than some people believe it is. So for me personally, Call of Duty was treated as a safe haven, along with Battlefield as well, but let's be real here, no other experience can really mimic the Call of Duty vibes. It's the ultimate, first person, fast-paced, arcadey, quick in and out gameplay experience you could possibly get. The ultimate gameplay experience. So turning the ultimate casual game into a more competitive esport is probably not going in the right direction. And also, obviously, faster sprint to fire speeds is phenomenal as well when it comes to this type of movement, because, like I said, for more competitive players, even though I'm asking for more of a casual experience, I still like to play COD, I still like to catch bodies, and when other people are competitive, I like to be competitive as well. But this will allow it to be less, less over-the-top competitive. It's more down to, once again, your map knowledge, knowing how to rotate certain spots, knowing which power positions are good in which moments of the match, and you rely mostly on your accuracy, being able to keep the red dot on the target. That's what I enjoyed about COD. It's a casual game that has a little thought process behind it. Turning it into a movement-styled game isn't the best move for this game. There's tons out there. Like I said, Gears of War, Halo, you got Apex Legends. There's tons of them out there, but I think Black Ops Cold War did a good job at proving that slide canceling is not needed in order to play a COD game. Even though it wasn't the best, I gotta say, it was a lot more easier to get a hold of and just, get some repetitive gameplay without getting exhausted in the first 20 to 30 minutes from spamming a button 24/7. And on top of the fast sprint to fire speeds across the board, this will allow us, for more competitive players, more aggressive players, to feel like the lack of movement isn't holding us back. Because I gotta be honest, once you get used to slide canceling, you're moving at the speed of light. Even though it's very, harsh on the hands and on the keyboards and joysticks, you're still moving it so insanely fast. You're able to maneuver a lot better, dodge bullets a lot better, get to cover a lot better, and just move to certain objectives faster than others. It's kind of addicting once you understand it. But having a default fast sprint to fire speed allows for games like this, where there's no slide canceling like Modern Warfare 2, So you can go ahead and run and gun engage and have that upper hand advantage on trying to push out a camper, because obviously without slide canceling, you're not going to be able to dip and weave inside buildings, around claymores and stuff like that. So you're going to need a second alternative, and I think this is perfect for it because it will allow you, like I said, to go into buildings, go into camping spots, and be able to engage with that enemy as quickly as possible. You can go for a jump shot, you can go for a drop shot. Hopefully drop shotting is in this game, and whatever maneuver that you try to do, you'll be able to get in on your optic extremely fast and be able to shoot at the enemy. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is all my personal opinion. Like I said in the beginning of the video, leave your opinions down in the comment section. I am extremely curious to hear what you guys have to say about no slide canceling within COD, because I know this is a pretty iffy topic in the community. I know there's tons of people who absolutely love slide canceling, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who want to revert back to the old style of COD, like you see here, but add unlimited sprint into the mix. I want to know what you guys have to say about this whole situation. But, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, bonus, hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so: Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games, do over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.